We are go for liftoff in T-minus 30.
Hit the record button.
Gosh, that's swell.
It's a low blog talk radio.
Welcome to another episode of Italo's Blog Talk Radio with your host, Italos speaking. I am very, very happy to announce that today is the day after. Today is August the 10th, guys. Yeah, there's going to be another piece that will make sense once you hear it, but it all took place on August 9th. Yeah. And without further ado, I'm going to tell you what this topic will be about, because we're getting close to the end. This is the end. My only friends, the end. I'm talking about Ragnarök. For those that don't know, I am writing from a different universe. I call it GeoVerse. An alternate universe from the Greek mythology series, because this one God here, he's not from Olympus. You might be wondering who could be. And you know what? I'm going to have you listen to this, and you're going to have a task to figure it out. So yeah, without further ado, guys, I'm going to give you Ragnarök, which is the end of times in Norse mythology. So this one character that I'm presenting to you today is brought to you by GeoVerse. Follow GeoVerse. I'm going to put all his information below. And he's a great character in this mythology series. And I won't say what's going to come next after him, but we're getting close to the end of the chapter, guys. I thought Celine was a conclusion, but turns out August the 9th happened. So yeah, that's going to come next. But so far, we have this piece here, Ragnarök, for those that don't know and think that's the name of a god. It's not. It's actually the end of times in Norse mythology. For those Christians out there, it's kind of like the apocalypse. There has to be an end in order to do new beginnings, right? So things must come apart before we can start anew. And so this is the message for today, boys and girls. So I won't say any more. I already passed my limit here. So without further ado, I present to you GeoVerse Ragnarök.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Better yet, let's say Grand Rising. 191 Ragnarök. I come from a land far, far away, where gods and men roam the earth. I come incognito. No one saw me coming. I'm a shapeshifter from an alternate universe, where giants and monsters exist, fighting battles you simply cannot see. Thought your gods were all there is in this vast universe? Way bigger than you can imagine. Just ask Hermes or Perseus. They know this. They've been around the world and took notice. Other dimensions occupying the same matrix where time and space don't really exist. Just ask the goddess of night, Nyx, or the wise and observant moon goddess, Selene. She watches everything like the moon god, Maki. I too have been observing the world falling apart. Humankind in shackles, but I'm not surprised. Gods can't intervene, but we can advise. Lead them to their doomed demise. Ragnarok is coming for the world is nefarious. I thrive on confusion, chaos. How mortals scratch their heads, delirious. I don't believe them when I've heard and seen, calling themselves kings and queens, gods and goddesses all over the scene. Look, nothing wrong with vanity. Self-love goes a long way. I thrive on that too. Low key. Just don't let it go to your head. The Emperor has no clothes. Can't you see? Where I come from, I get no respect. I was called a buffoon, the god of mischief. Laugh all you want. We'll see who laughs last. I'd rather be the villain than the hero. Heroes die in battlefields. Heroes fight someone else's fight, and I fight for my own sanity. Unapologetically selfish. Would I truly die for anyone else? Have you met my daughter Hel, the goddess of death? If anyone knows about death, it's me. I've died many deaths, killed many of my egos only to meet some more. Don't talk to me about death if you haven't died yourself. If you haven't been exiled and left for dead. My name I'd rather not reveal. I've hidden it under lock and key. Besides, I don't need to be worshipped, like Odin in Asgard or Zeus in Olympus.
Zeus in the real world.
I don't need validation, but thank you. Just know you've probably seen me in this life or previous ones. I might have been your brother, your sister, your lover, or your mistress. I wear black and gold attires, although I prefer roaming naked in the wilderness. Nothing more liberating than stripping one's self of useless textiles. You should try it. You won't regret this. I've upset the gods of Asgard. Yes, they don't like being told who they are. And who they're not. I was that fly on the wall, listening to their lies. I hurt their ego and their pride, and I paid a quite handsome price. Scapegoated and shamed, tied to a rock by my son's entrails, snake's venom stinging my eyes like daggers filling into my brain. The gods have no mercy. My body ached and twitched like an earthquake. Not even my brother Thor would save me. I was left there to perish and rot, anticipating my revenge in Ragnarok. Every god for himself, that's what I've learned in that rock. I've died 1,000 deaths only to realize one must die to find oneself, to find their own strength, to be still like a 1,000-year-old tree, spread my wings and fly away. I became a woman to realize who's stronger. Name me a god or a man who would endure pain like that. You still want to know my name? They call me God of Mischief. They call me a villain and a thief. Afraid to call me by my name, so I saved it under lock and key. I've been high, I've been low, rolling in the deep. This is a secret. You must whisper my name in a spider's kiss, wings of a butterfly, I sting like a bee. I'm tired of living like this. Who wants to be king anyways? I've unlocked a secret to the universe. I'm educated and well versed. It takes more than physical strength to be a god or a man. It takes wit and intelligence, takes more than a hammer, takes more than a shield, takes being down and out in misery, every god turning his back on thee. I was alone in the woods pleading for mercy, built my character after coming apart at the seams. No happily ever after, boys and girls. This ain't that kind of tale. Those fairy tales they told you, all those lies they fed you, gods and goddesses written off your books, forbidden works of literacy and scriptures, stories carefully written in prose and poesy, knowledge passed down for centuries, all burned down in the fire pit. Does that mean they never happened? After the longest night comes the dawn. All secrets hidden shall be revealed in Ragnarok. When the sun will disappear and the longest winter is here. Yes, darlings, the end is near, but after the end there is a new beginning. Kingdoms come and go like water in the river. Let it flow. That's the only way we'll grow. One can only learn from their mistakes, otherwise we'll go insane. History repeating itself. The end of days. Tick tock. Clock you see before you. This I present to you is my Ragnarok.